Bonjour, buenas noches, dobre noche. So this is what I do on a Friday night. Exciting. So it is 12 in the morning and I am working on my latest project here. So I'm gonna definitely repurpose some of this code to use for my Flint Trader product. If you remember, I was working on that. Not a business product. It is an educational product, which I will use for some of my future videos. And right now, what I really wanted to work on is I wanted to play around with tracking of positions. So, I bought 100 shares of a stock, then I bought another 100 shares of that stock. So now I have a total of 200 shares. So the tracking of that, total of 200, buy another 100, total of 300. Sell 100, now I have a total of 100, right? And then also tracking of your P&L. So bought 100 at $1, right? So at a cost of $100, and then sold 100 at $50, so I lost half my money. So now negative 50. So tracking of the value of your account. So I haven't really incorporated that logic yet in terms of the value tracking. Right now what you see here is this is my position, so how many shares I have, and then the buying power is how much cash I have. On top you see the NBBO, National Best Bid and Offer, so that's basically the quote. And I also incorporated some rejects. So basically I restricted your transactions based on how many shares you have in the case of a sell order and how much cash you have in the case of a buy order. So obviously the only limitation with, well, other than volume, right? The only limitation with buying is how much cash you have, because you need cash. You're converting cash for shares, right? If I'm selling, then my only limitation is shares. I'm converting shares for cash. So those are the constraints that I put in that generates these rejects. So if you try to sell more shares than you have, it's not going to allow you to do that. It's just going to give you this reject, and then it's going to return, because it's a function that I'm running. So it's going to return, which kicks you out of the function. I guess you can't see that code. I can show that to you. So right now I'm watching, so these are my quotes. So I generated a sort of feed simulator. So this is generating prices, and I have a series of random ticks. So in terms of the price difference, so up 2 cents, down 2 cents, up $1. You know what I mean? Like what's the increment of the price change? I also have random intervals for the price updates to make it seem a little bit organic, sort of. So some of these price changes are coming in faster than others to simulate actual market activity. So right now I'm kind of screwed because I just bought a ton of shares. So I gave myself $1 million buying power to really have some fun with this, because my menu system that I set up, which I'm kind of setting up with like a video game kind of mentality. I set it up with my keyboard where 6, 7, and 8 are buys, 100, 1000, what was it? 100, 1000, and oh, it's right on the screen. 10,000, right? So buy 100, buy 1,000, buy 10,000, and then 3, 4, and 5 is sell 100, sell 1,000, sell 10,000. So the idea is that I can quickly buy and sell shares really quickly. Just have my fingers. I can have my fingers over all the increments, and then I just need to hit a key and then hit enter. I have all the buys on the right, so I figure my logic is right side, I'm right-handed, that's up, left side is down. So I know 6, 7, and 8 are going to be buy, right? The further to the right, the higher the shares, and the same thing with the left-hand side. So the 3 key is just selling 100, and then 4 is going to be selling more, and so on and so forth. So right now I'm kind of screwed because And I need to do an average price calculation because that's gonna affect how I can be profitable. Because one of the things I wanted to demonstrate, and I'm going to just use this for some of my lessons more on the business side. I'll show some development stuff as well, but I want to demonstrate to people in terms of people who want to learn more about trading and how it works, stuff like this. So, you know, buying at a lower price, selling at a higher price, the concept of average price and how that affects your path to profitability. So right now, I don't know what my average price is because I don't have that calculation implemented yet, but I know that I bought a lot at like 30, 40, 50, 60, $70. So right now, if I sell, I'm going to lose a ton of money right now. Look at it. It's like going down. Oh my goodness. It's just, no. If I had just waited, I could have made so much money. Look at this. It's down to $1. This is like an insane penny stock on steroids. Extreme volatility, but even well beyond what you'd expect for a penny stock because we were just at like 70 and up. I also set a support and resistance. So there's a minimum price and a maximum price. So the direction, the price movement, the direction of the price movement. So whether it's gonna be uptick, downtick, price up, price down, is randomly selected. So sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, and it's doing it randomly. But I set a support and a resistance. So the support is the lowest price. So if you hit that price, no matter what, the next tick is going to be up. So you're not able to go lower than that price. If you hit the resistance price, that's the price cap or the maximum price that I set. Basically, it's going to force a down tick so that'll keep you bouncing back and forth between these minimum maximum prices. But I screwed up. Well, as far as my buying decision here. Oh my goodness. So right now I have $740 in my account. I got 14,000 shares. I don't know what my average price is, but it's not good. I mean, it's trading right now at 14. So on the right, this is actually, I'm just using the, so I'm outputting these prices to a file and I'm using watch. So watch is a pretty cool command that you can set increments to. It's basically watches something. So for example, you guys can't even see that. Let's see, how can I show this to you guys? Man, that price is not coming up at all. So you can see the command right there. So watch -n. So that's how many seconds for the interval. And then my command, I'm just grepping for numbers in the nicey.dat file, which all these prices are being written to by this program over here. So that's all that's doing. So watch is basically essentially running it in a loop. So every 1 second, it runs the command. And then you see the results right here. So it's a pretty cool little Linux trick there for you guys. So we can see the current price. So it's getting up a little bit. I need to start selling. I don't think it's above my price. Well, I know I bought some above this price. I could probably sell some. I don't want to sell too much. No, nope. Let's see, sell 100. Man, yeah, I don't know. I'll keep an eye on that, but I guess I can show you some of the code here. And I need to upload my GitHub as well. Look at the price, down to $7. All right, so here's the OMS code, which is on the right-hand side. That's what's generating this menu over here. So we're just using time and OS. I'm using color coding for the reject message. That's this class here, B colors. Initiate some of these variables, my position variable, buying power, side, cost, and quote. And then we just have a series of functions. Please be nice. These, this is in development, so it looks a little messy. All right, look at that price. Let's see if we can sell some. I want to get like $40 and up. I'll sell some. There we go. Boom. I just sold 1,000. Let's go. Let's get that price up. 1,000. I saw 50 in there. How many shares do I have? 9,000. Yeah, it's dropping down again. 1,000. All right, 62. Yep. Let's go. Up. Come on. Get 7,900 shares. 295,000 buying power. Okay, dropping down again. All right, so this is just a clear screen function up here. And then this is the enter order that generates the menu that you see. I have a couple global variables that we're going to use in various functions. And these are the options, buy and sell. And then once you select what you want to do, I set the side and quantity based on what option you chose. So if you choose 6, that's buy 100. If you choose 7, that's buy 1,000. And then all the cells are down here. Then once we set the side and quantity, then we get a quote. So there's a quote function down here, which is pulling the quote from the file. Remember this file that I'm outputting the prices to? So it opens the file, grabs the value in there, so whatever the current quote is, and I am making it a float, and then I do a position update. So that's where the real magic happens. That's where you're doing all the math of adding and subtracting. So basically we have if side buy, if side sell. So if you're trying to buy, I make sure that your buying power minus your cost is not less than 0, right? So buying power, the amount of money you have. So if we take the amount of money you have and subtract from that quote times quantity, that's going to give you cost, right? The price of the share of the stock times the quantity. So if it's $10 per share, 100 shares, 10 times 100, right? So that's your cost. So if at any time the amount of cash you have minus the cost of the transaction, you're trying to buy something, if that's ever less than 0, that's going to trigger the reject. And then we have it color coded here with the warning, right? Otherwise, we do an update to the position. So we're just adding quantity to the position. So that means whatever the current quantity is, the quantity of shares that you want to buy. I want to buy 1,000, so your quantity is 1,000. So we want to add 1,000 to your existing position. So if I already have 1,000 shares and I try to buy 1,000 shares, I'm adding 1,000 to 1,000, so now you have 2,000, right? So that'll be your new position. So that's all that's doing. Look at the price, man, down to $13. What is this, GameStop? Let's not talk about that one. Anyway, cost. So cost is quantity, quote times quantity. Buying power, so then we subtract. So we got to look at what the cost is of that transaction, subtract it from your current buying power. You've just bought something. We need to take that money out of your account to pay for the thing, right? Print bought. And then I give you a little notification of what you've done. So I say you bought, and then I show you the quantity of it. Now, with the sell, the restriction, the price is coming up again. Come on, let's get some. I want to make some money. Monopoly money. These prices won't go up for nothing. All right, there we go. 50. All right, let's go. Come on. 60. 63. Sell 1,000. Sell 1,000. 69. 70, actually. I got it at 70. Come on. Let's see. Can I get a 90? Oh, man, it's going back down again. Up. 70, 71.8. Sold. Still got 4,900 shares. Price is going down again. Come on. Up. All right. Got $500,000 in the account. See, if I had the value calculation, I could see how I'm doing. But right now, I don't know how I'm doing because some of my net worth is in shares and some of it is in cash. So I need to do a calculation to see what the total is. Anyway, so on the sell side, we have a different equation where we want to see if the quantity is greater than position. That's a simpler one, right? If you're trying to sell more shares than you have, obviously you can't do that. So we're checking to see if quantity greater than position. Is the quantity of shares greater than the amount of shares you have right now? If it is, then we do the reject. This one's a little bit more descriptive. So it's an order reject, insufficient shares. And then in the second line, it says you tried to sell and it gives you the amount, but you only have this amount. And then return, what I mentioned earlier, return just kicks you out of the function. So I killed all that. We're not doing any changes to your position, none of that stuff. You failed. Back to the drawing board. And that's pretty much it. So now I just want to add the average price calculations and some other such math values, average price and value, account value, I guess. Not sure if I want to stick with the feed right now, the price feed, if I want to make any adjustments to it. We'll see. And I got to think through, now that I have a sort of I'm kind of close to my goal of functionality, I can step outside of the development mode and get into a little bit of QA slash design in terms of looking at the code, looking at the functionality, and thinking about where I want to go from here. Do I want to sort of change the direction of where things are going? Maybe there's some cool features I want to add. So I want to make that assessment of the overall product, because you can get kind of tunnel vision where you're just focused on I'm adding this function, that function, that function. Now let's look at the entire product and what it delivers and how it does it, and can it be better, you know, things like that. So that's how I'm spending my fun Saturday. Well, as well, it is Saturday right now. It's 12:32 in the morning. Anyway, this is, and of course I'm going to do tutorials and all this stuff, so stay tuned for that. This is the Computer Programming University, where the first step to learning is to smile, because learning is fun, and as it should be, right here in the Computer Programming University. Thanks for watching, and clicking on that like button, subscribing, smashing that bell. Ciao! Buenas noches. Arrivederci. Buonanotte. Actually, I can buy more at this cheap price, right? Oh, digits. Boom. Holy smokes. There you have it. Wow. I just turned 1.8 million in, I'm sorry, 1 million into 1.8 million. That's almost double. I mean, of course, that's with extreme volatility, right? But, wow. So, and this is one of the reasons why I built, look at the price now. Whoa. Of course, it goes up super high after I've sold everything. What is up with this? Like the whole time I'm doing this video, it was like super, super low and it going up a little bit and it goes low. This is the highest it's been, is when I got nothing. I already sold everything. Wow. But yeah, man. I wanted to be able to use this to demonstrate again how you can make money from buying and selling shares. So like what I just did at the end, I said, you know what? Instead of me just waiting for it to get to the really high price, I've got money. The price is super cheap. Buy. Duh. So I made a bunch of purchases at super, super cheap prices, $10 or whatever. And then I actually started selling at higher prices. Even though, remember, most of my shares I had bought like at $50 or $60. But then I bought a ton of them at like $10. Well, like maybe 4,000, 5,000 at $10. So then when it hit like 30, 40, I started selling similar to the amount that I just bought, which ended up making me some good profit. Right? Now, if I kept selling at that $30, $40 range, eventually that would hurt me because it's going to start affecting my average price in a negative way. So if I bought 4,000 at a super cheap price, like $10, I can sell 4,000 at 20 and be good. But if I sell another 4,000 at 20, now I'm going negative because remember, most of my shares I bought at the higher price. So these are kind of the concepts that I wanted to be able to demonstrate with this, as well as obviously the tutorial. So anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing and it is time for bed. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my friends and family. CPU University. All right, guys, that's enough of that.